Alright, so here is a video of how I personally, this is my method, this is my strategy for re-seasoning and doing a humidor maintenance. Okay, so all humidors, basically in this price range anyways, they do start to go dry a little bit, and it's just natural. It happens. It's not perfectly sealed, so it's gonna slowly, especially in the winter when things are very dry, it's gonna slowly lose its humidity. And how does that happen? Like, what is the process? Now, this is my theory about humidors and cigars and storing cigars in a humidor. Is you have your Boveda packs or your humidation packet or whatever in there. And I believe that Boveda pack, for example, or Boveda packs, those are not responsible for humidifying your cigars. What's responsible is the cedar inside your humidor. So the more cedar you have, the better it's going to be, if that cedar is properly saturated with humidity. Okay? So you put a bunch of Boveda packs 65% in there, and then those Boveda packs lose their humidity to the cedar, and then the cedar gets saturated at 65% humidity, moisture in the cedar, and then the cedar's everywhere inside your humidor, and that humidity from the cedar imparts the humidity into the cigars. That's, I believe, how it works. So here you see 60%. It's a little bit low, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-season this thing. So what I'm going to do is first I got to take all the cigars out, okay, and I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag here. Alright, just take everything out. Take the Boveda packs out. This one's totally dry. To redo that later. I'm going to take a few pieces of cedar out and put it in this Ziploc bag with all the cigars. I'm going to store the cigars in here in the Ziploc bag for a couple days while this thing is re-seasoning. Okay, take the tray out. You know, this is just my method. Everybody has a different style of doing this, and you know, what I'm going to do, what you're going to see is I'm going to put a lot of good cigars in here. I'm going to put a sponge. Oh, here's the cedar that I want to get boosted up. Okay, all the cedar. It's all good stuff here. Put this in the tray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put distilled water. You have to use distilled water. You don't want to use purified water. You don't want to and just soak the sponge up. You don't want to use any other kind of water than distilled water. Okay, so that's what we're using here. And you're just going to saturate this sponge, soak it up really good with the distilled water. Okay, make sure it's totally saturated, and it's almost to the point where it's dripping. Just do it in this bowl, and starting to look good there. Pick it up and it's dripping out, so that's good. I'd prefer to use a better sponge. And oh, by the way, you want to use a brand new, totally clean sponge. So it's not, it's dripping a little bit, so I'll put a little bit more in there. Okay, and so now I'm going to put it on this plate, I'm going to put this plate in here, as like so, and then I'm going to put this tray called the cedar in here like this, and then just close this thing up and leave it like that. And then the sponge is going to release a lot of humidity. It's going to get boosted up. Oh, and I want to put this humidistat in here so I can check. It's going to go up to like 80% or higher. So I'll just check it out, and I'll just leave it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to boost this humidity, and all the wood is going to just be totally boosted, saturated of humidity. I'm going to leave it for a couple days, and so all that water is going to get soaked into the wood in here, saturated, and all that cedar is going to be saturated with humidity, and then the sponge is going to be dry, and then a couple days later I'll put all the cigars back in here. Okay, so that's how you kind of re-humidify or re-season your humidor. That's how I do it anyways.